Picture this. You're cruising down the highway, music blasting, when suddenly your dashboard lights up like a Christmas tree. The temperature gauge is screaming into the red, and there's steam pouring out from under the hood. Engine overheating is every driver's nightmare, but don't panic. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do if your car starts overheating, the most common causes, and how to fix them yourself. Whether you're a gearhead or someone who just wants to keep their car running, I've got you covered with practical tips to get you back on the road. Engine overheating happens when your car's cooling system can't keep the engine's temperature in check. It's one of the top reasons cars end up stranded on the side of the road, and if you ignore it, you could be looking at a blown engine or a repair bill that'll make your wallet cry. But here's the good news. Many overheating issues are easy to diagnose and fix, even if you're not a mechanic. Let's dive in. If you notice your engine overheating while driving, here's what you do right away to avoid making things worse. First, turn off the air conditioning to take some strain off the engine. Next, crank the heater to full blast. I know, it sounds crazy, especially if it's a hot day, but this pulls heat away from the engine and can buy you some time. Find a safe spot to pull over, turn off the engine, and let it cool down completely. I learned this the hard way a few years back when my old hatchback started steaming in the middle of a road trip. I kept driving, thinking it'd be fine, and ended up with a warped cylinder head. Don't make my mistake. Act fast and let the engine chill out before you pop the hood. Once the engine's cool, check the coolant level in the reservoir. It's that plastic tank under the hood with min and max lines. If it's low, you'll need to add more, but we'll get to that in a second. For now, just make sure you're not driving with that temp gauge in the danger zone. Now, let's talk about why your engine might be overheating in the first place and how to fix it. There are a handful of common culprits, and I'm going to break them down so you can diagnose and tackle them like a pro. First up is low coolant. Coolant is the lifeblood of your cooling system, absorbing heat from the engine and dissipating it through the radiator. If the level's too low, your engine's basically running a fever with no way to cool off. To check it, find the coolant reservoir and make sure the engine's cool before you twist off the cap. Hot coolant can spray out and burn you. If the level's below the minimum mark, grab the coolant type recommended in your owner's manual and pour it in slowly until it's just below the max line. I always keep a jug of 50-50 premixed coolant in my trunk for emergencies. It's a lifesaver. But here's the kicker. If your coolant's low, you might have a leak. Check under the car for puddles or damp spots. I had a buddy who kept topping up his coolant only to find a tiny crack in his radiator hose was the real problem. Keep an eye on the level over the next few days, and if it keeps dropping, you'll need to track down that leak or visit a shop. Next, let's talk about low engine oil. Oil isn't just for lubrication, it also helps carry heat away from the engine's moving parts. If the oil's low, friction builds up, and your engine starts cooking. To check the oil, pop the hood and find the dipstick. Pull it out, wipe it clean with a rag, slide it back in, then pull it out again to see the level. It should be between the minimum and maximum marks. If it's low, add the right oil type for your car. Check your manual to be sure. My sedan uses 5W30, but yours might be different. And don't skip those regular oil changes. They're like a health checkup for your engine, keeping it cool and running smooth. Another common issue is a faulty thermostat. Think of the thermostat as a valve that decides when to let coolant flow between the engine and radiator. If it gets stuck closed, it's like locking the door on a hot day. Coolant can't circulate, and the engine overheats. To diagnose this, start your car and let it warm up for a few minutes. Then, carefully touch the upper radiator hose. If it's not hot when the engine's warm, the thermostat's probably stuck. Replacing it is a pretty straightforward DIY job. You'll need a new thermostat, some gasket sealant, and a repair manual for your car. It's one of those fixes that feels super satisfying when you're done, and it'll save you a chunk of change compared to a mechanic's bill. A broken water pump can also cause overheating. The water pump is like the heart of your cooling system, pushing coolant through the engine and radiator. If it stops working, coolant just sits there, and your engine's temperature skyrockets. Look for signs like coolant leaks under the car, a whining noise from the engine, or visible damage to the pump itself. I had a friend who ignored a leaky water pump, thinking it was no big deal, and it cost him a new engine. If you spot these signs, replacing the pump can be tricky, especially if it's tied to the timing belt. Unless you're comfortable with major repairs, this one's best left to a professional. Then there's the clogged radiator. Over time, dirt, bugs, rust, or sludge can build up in your radiator, blocking coolant flow like a clogged artery. I've seen older cars especially suffer from this. Check the radiator's front for debris or corrosion. You can try flushing it with a garden hose or a radiator cleaning solution to clear out the gunk. Shade tree mechanics swear by flushing the system every couple of years to keep things flowing smoothly. If flushing doesn't help, you might need a new radiator, but that's usually a last resort. A faulty radiator fan is another troublemaker. The fan kicks in to blow air through the radiator, cooling the coolant, especially when you're idling in traffic or stuck in a drive-thru. If it's not working, your engine can overheat fast. To test it, turn on your car's air conditioning. The fan should start spinning. If it doesn't, the problem could be the fan motor, a blown fuse, or a bad relay. Swapping a fuse is an easy fix, but if the fan's dead, you'll need to replace it. It's a manageable job with some basic tools, and it'll keep your engine from frying on those hot summer days. Finally, there's the dreaded head gasket failure. This is the worst case scenario. A blown head gasket can let coolant leak into the engine or combustion gases into the cooling system, causing serious overheating. You might notice white smoke from the exhaust, milky oil on the dipstick, or coolant disappearing with no obvious leak. Fixing a head gasket is a massive job, often costing thousands. If you suspect this, don't mess around. Get to a mechanic right away. I've heard horror stories of people trying to drive with a bad head gasket, and it always ends in a totaled engine. To keep your engine from overheating in the first place, a little maintenance goes a long way. Make it a habit to check your coolant level every couple of weeks and top it up as needed. Always use the coolant type your car's manufacturer recommends. Mixing the wrong kinds can cause corrosion. I learned from a car enthusiast group that using distilled water for your 50-50 coolant mix prevents mineral buildup, which can clog your system over time. Inspect hoses and belts for wear whenever you change your oil and replace them before they give out. Keep the radiator clean. Bugs and dirt love to cake up on there. Make sure the radiator fan is working, especially in hot weather. And don't skip cooling system flushes. Most pros recommend doing one every 30,000 miles or so to clear out sludge and keep things flowing. Following your car's maintenance schedule is like giving it a shield against overheating. To wrap things up, engine overheating can feel like a disaster, but with the right know-how, you can diagnose and fix most causes yourself. From topping up coolant to swapping out a thermostat or radiator cap, these are skills any car owner can learn. For trickier issues like a head gasket or water pump, don't be afraid to call in a pro. By staying on top of maintenance, you can keep your engine cool and avoid those heart-pounding moments on the side of the road. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who's been stressing about their car. Drop a comment below and let me know what car problems you're dealing with. I might cover them in a future video. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips to keep your ride running strong. See you in the next one.